This episode of Beer and Breakfast was filmed before a lot of supporters who sit on the Kop got an email from the club. Henceforth, we won't be talking about it in the body of the video, but I thought I'd take a moment just to address it now before we kick in with the main video. I'm going to try and keep it as brief as possible. First things first, I'm not going to have a go at the club, it's not their fault. I put a tweet out saying embarrassing. A lot of people thought I was having a dig at the club. Tried to make it very clear, I'm actually having a dig at this safety group and the Waste of Space Council. Box tickers, bureaucrats, wankers, a lot of them. And it's happening up and down the country with these people that want to sanitise football. You know, my opinions, you've seen my vlogs, you've seen my approach to football. I like to try and be part of an atmosphere. I do stand at the back of the Kop. Hurl abuse at me if you want, like a lot of other people do. I'm not impeding anybody's view. I'm not hurting anybody. I do think it helps generate at least a small modicum of atmosphere, especially with how quiet it's been at the moment. One thing I will say is I do stand in my allocated space where my ticket says I should be. So I would urge fans, whether you agree with all this or not, if you're going to be on the back of the Kop, if you do want to stand, none of my business. If you want to sit, none of my business. What I will say is we need to be very careful. We need to be precisely where our seat or our designated area is. We need to be in the right spot, on the right gangway, and don't give them an excuse. Don't block the gangways, don't block the stairwells, nothing like that. Go where your ticket says. I'm not going to sit and point and wag my finger at you and try and lecture you, but let's try and be in it together. If you want to stand, it's up to you. Completely up to you. I'm not going to lecture you on that. But one thing I will urge all Blades fans to do is go to the right space at least. Find the number on your ticket, find the right gangway, find the right row, and go to the rightful space. And let's try and get an atmosphere, and let's not try and let this dictate all we're going to talk about before the World Cup and the season after that. Anyway, back to the video. Never gonna give you up, never gonna lay you down.
We're gonna run around
and desert you.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. No idea. It just came out of nowhere. Oh, good God, John, there's something very wrong with me. Let's get on with it, aren't we?
Let's fire.
And welcome, after a long hiatus, to Beer and Breakfast. This spooky Halloween edition. We've got
special guest star.
Special guest in the background there.
The old last Wednesday fantasy and playing Premiership.
The last Sheffield Wednesday Premier League season ticket holder. Thank you for bearing with us. I have been suffering with my health, and Jonno doesn't want to do it on his own.
I don't know where to start.
So we are back, and we are back heading into this West Brom game coming up. We've got a lot to go through, so shall we kick straight in?
Let's go for it.
My name's Johnny.
And I'm Jonno.
And here's what we've got coming up this week.
We look back at the last few games.
We'll of course be getting all the Blades fans' views.
Opinions from the other side.
We'll be discussing our recent form.
My favourite, this or that.
And of course, we'll be having our match predictions. Thank you for watching, as we've said. We know it's been a while. If you do enjoy our videos, get down in the comments, let us know you've missed us. If you're not happy to see us back, but still get in the comments anyway. It's been difficult because we've been no vlogs. The games we did go to, I didn't really fancy vlogging that shit. But we are going to try and be a little bit, well, I'm going to try and be a lot more consistent from here on out. Now my health is starting to get a little bit better. So please get down there, like, subscribe to the channel, and we're bringing you a lot more content.
Exactly. Don't be like Tom and watch for now.
Is he subscribed yet?
He's subscribed.
He's subscribed. Get in. Oh, let's start with Blackpool.
Another entertaining game.
I don't want entertaining. I don't want an entertaining game. I want to win 5-0.
Yeah,
I just want to win 1-0. Fucking last minute scuffing off somebody's bollocks against
2-0 up, bouncing, and got to losing 3-2, and
just a bad game.
Yeah,
just a bad game. And I do think that we took his foot off the gas when we went 2-0 up.
It got very, very scrappy day to game, didn't it?
Yeah.
And we stopped playing football from
Yeah,
then.
of course we did.
And it didn't help, obviously, West Brom getting sent off after the game. They had 19 men to sent off. It's just...
Hello, Moto. As we were saying, scrappy game, like you mentioned. It's, to me, a game that at 2-0 up, maybe we should have...
seen game out and win 5-0.
Yeah, we shouldn't have got drawn into their mess, really, should we?
That was a problem.
Yeah, but bad defending. I know that we didn't have much of a selection to pick from.
Their third goal was very lucky how it fell to them.
Yeah, I mean, for this and the next game and the first half against Norwich, we had the rusty Swiss Army knife that is Ben Osborne at left wing back. He can play in all the positions, but he's a bit rusty and not very good at it.
But then again, probably one of our best players overnight.
For half a game, but we'll get into that when we talk about Norwich. I just think that we had too much missing at the back to really deal with Yates, who's having a bit of an upturned purple patch.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't have really had to worry about it. We should have concentrated on attacking.
On our game, exactly, yeah.
And I do think sometimes it's down to the players, sometimes it's down to Eckingbottom being a bit negative.
Yes, unfortunately, you're right. It's...
Yeah.
When we attack, we look awesome.
Yes, we do. Even when we're missing players like Bernie and stuff like that, we still look like a team that can really go for it. Moving to the Wasps game, we went to that. Bus broke down twice. Insert clip here. I wish we'd have just stayed.
It was a bad day from start to finish.
Yeah, I wish we'd have just stayed in service station.
Kamikaze, bashing, diving in, 8 feet first.
Mate,
it
was a shit game. We had 10 minutes where we had 10 minutes where, like you said, when we attack, we look good.
Yeah, when we attacked the game.
Yeah,
I do think we were a better team on night. I don't think we were as bad as everybody said we were.
I thought we were a game between two absolutely dog shit teams. I'm not saying we're dog shit overall, because obviously we're not. We can be a very good team on the night. I mean, apart from that 10 minutes, we looked absolutely dog shit. Eckingbottom had a mare that game. Poor lineup. Didn't make a change until the 89th, like an attacking change.
Yeah, it was too late.
Till we were 1-0 down to an 89th minute penalty. We should have gone for it before then. We should have seen how it was going. We were attacking. We're on the ascendant.
The thing is, 2 matches before that, we've conceded 3 goals. I think he went the way out trying to concede a goal instead of trying to win the game.
Yeah, I think he needs a plan B.
Yeah, he just went the way out trying to concede, and it cost us.
It cost us. If not, it cost us a point. Shit.
Should be going to Coventry trying to get all 3.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all I'm saying. It was a poor day. Even when you go there and you spend all your money there, and you just, I don't know, you see a bit more intent from them.
I have to sit listening to a fucking drum all game. Boom, 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 boom. Then one of their fucking fans that's cheeks go, well, we've got better fans than you do. We were a lot louder than they. No, one drum in a corner making a little bit of noise and the rest of the ground being fucking silent does not make an atmosphere. Our fans haven't been good this season by any stretch of the imagination. They've been quiet up until this next game, which we'll talk about in a minute. Our fans need to do more. If you're listening and you're out there and you're at a game and you're not joining in with the songs and you're not causing an atmosphere, why are you going? Yeah, it's nice to have big numbers, 28,000 here, 30,000 here. What's the point if it's like a fucking library? We'll end up having to fucking bring in a fucking drum or something just to get people up on the feet. Too many people want to be ultras. Then you get these little shit houses from fucking Wasps saying, oh, well, we got a drum, we got a great atmosphere. Let's short rest at ground. Fantastic support. Well done. Well done, great support. Get it bin, get in League 2 where you belong, you fucking shit houses. Anyway, that's over and done with Norwich.
Calm down.
I couldn't go to this one, wasn't very well, obviously, so I had to watch it on the screen at home, which I fucking hate doing. I'd much rather be in the ground watching any game than sat on the sofa watching like a fucking plonk. But, that being said, the first half, I was kind of glad to be sat on my sofa.
First half were a bit abysmal. shocking goalkeeping from Adam Davies, giving Pookie that much space to run at him. Just get rid. Can't take a touch. He's got to get rid from that. Maybe it were a bit short of a pass back that made him have to have a touch, but and second one were very bad defending from probably player of the season so far, Anel. So we'll let him off, but
everybody's got a mistake.
You could see he was disappointed in how he defended that.
Everybody, no matter how good they are, has got a mistake in them.
And then Sheffield United came out second half.
Yeah. I mean, just going on to that second goal, I do believe Wes would have saved it, but Davis has played He's just made a mistake. He's played 2 games in 2 seasons. I'll let him off with second one, even though I think he could have got down quicker, because if Anel don't make that mistake, he don't have to try and pull a save off. He also made a very good save in that first half to stop it being 3-0.
He did. Yeah, the one on chest. A very good save. That would have been game over.
Yeah, that would have been game over. In the ground, what were they feeling like at half time?
I know a few left.
Really?
Yep. Quite a few left at half time. I think if it was 3-0 at half time, I think a hell of a lot more would have gone.
Yeah, never good.
More fool you if you did go.
Yes. More fool you.
Because that second half display was brilliant. And it just shows without injuries that we can still play like that. And we did it against a very good side.
Yeah, 2-2, my initial reaction after the game, sat on my sofa, drinking Horlicks, was like a win. I went apeshit, I was jumping round. Yeah. Nearly sprogging everywhere.
So you're 2-0 down at half time. You don't think you're going to get out of it after that.
No, but the thing is, when you watch it back again, I've gone from being elated to disappointed because I think we should have won.
Yeah, we could have easily won it in last minute. And I think Norwich dirty bastard tactics, time wasting, throwing themselves on the floor. And I think that was their downfall because that got Sharp revved up, it got crowd revved up, and atmosphere were very good.
Yeah,
especially that last half hour. As soon as we scored, atmosphere at Bramall Lane was brilliant.
That's the atmosphere we need all the time.
And it just shows you when crowd get involved, we play a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, we do. It gets us going. I mentioned Ben Osborne earlier on. Second half looks a different player.
Yeah.
But fair play to him.
He really did a number on, I think it was that Aaron's.
In second, I think the thing with Osborne is, if he could be that consistent every game, I won't have an issue with him. Because he has got that ability. Yeah. I'm not doubting his ability, I'm doubting his consistency.
And there were a lovely finish as well.
Yeah,
sort of
I thought he'd missed it. I thought he'd missed it. I thought he'd just put it wide at post.
Whether he aimed for that corner, I don't know. But yeah, it was a lovely finish. And that was the start of our comeback.
Yeah. If against Blackpool, against Wasps, first half against Norwich, I don't think he found a single red and white shirt with a single cross. There was hopeful loopies into the box. Second half against Norwich came out
because he was given a lot more space as well. I think
that as well, but I think
that Aaron's for Norwich is a very lazy player.
I think he started finding players a bit more because he had to look up.
Yeah, he had more time on ball.
If he could be consistent, he could be a fucking brilliant player for us. But my doubts with him always remain his consistency, and we need consistent backups, not players that are going to come on and maybe do a job.
I think even if we'd have brought Cadron a bit earlier as well, I think that would have terrified them because he's very fast and they aren't the quickest in defence, Norwich. And I just think bringing him on 10 minutes earlier, I reckon would have done it for him.
I was going to say that with the players that are at Norwich, you've got to blame Dean Smith for not being more attacking threat, not being a better team.
I can blame Dean Smith for anything.
Yeah, he's shit. Like Farker would have had this team in second at least. But you can't say that the diving and jumping all over and time wasting is just a Dean Smith thing because they were like that under Farker as well.
Yeah, and I don't know why they have to be like that. It's so irritating. Like I say, when Sharp got kicked from that Hanley, Sharp could have easily rolled around the floor.
Yeah, of course he could.
But he didn't. And I think if he did, he'd have been sent off for it. Yeah. But he didn't. He got up, had to go back. All right, probably would have done us a favour them having a red card. But I'd rather Sharp get up and have another go.
Yeah.
I don't like to see it's embarrassing watching plays. When
Sharp
squared up to the player,
he fell on the floor.
And he's rolling around the floor and Sharp's just looking at him and just say,
what are you doing?
What a bell end.
It's bad. It's really bad and embarrassing.
And it backfired. Even their fans say it on Roy's View.
Yeah. Check out Roy's View.
There were a couple at bottom and they all agreed that it's embarrassing watching their players. They need to concentrate on football instead of play acting more. And that was a quote from there. So it's nice to know that Norwich fans dislike it as well.
Head over to Roy's View and see all the Norwich fans comment. Essential reading for any fan. It did backfire on them because when that kick happened on Sharp, my speakers nearly blew on my telly because the fucking Bramall Lane erupted and that's what got the crowd going. And that crowd got the team going. And there were only going to be one winner after that, despite the referee coming from some part of Norfolk that weren't Ipswich, riding into the game on the Norwich team bus and going home on Norwich team bus. Tried everything to help them win that game. Should have had at least one penalty. I think we should have had
it was
two.
just easily fooled for me.
You were a fucking idiot.
He weren't that bad.
He were. Standard of refereeing in this division is fucking abysmal. So when you bring in a fucking Norwich fan to referee a Norwich game, it's only going to end one way. Penalty decision.
We should have had at least one.
Yeah, I think we should have had two.
No complaints about theirs.
I think he should have brought it back for the first foul outside the box.
No, I thought we were very good.
No. If you play the advantage...
He did.
If you play the advantage, you've got to take it back to the first foul, surely.
No.
I think he should have done. I think he should have done.
I thought it was a very good piece of refereeing.
I'm biased as fuck. He should have brought it back to the first foul.
Usually I am, but
no. Pookie's awful penalty, but fair play to Davis.
Went the right way. You've got to go the right way.
Got to go the right way.
And he did.
Even if it's a wank penalty, it can still trickle in.
Probably could have caught it. No.
I think in the first half, I did an half-time score, an half-time player rating and a full-time player rating. First half, I don't think many players got over a 5. Second half, give them all 10s across the board.
Yeah, just change it up, didn't it?
Heckingbottom was positive with his changes as well.
And Dyer come on, which we really missed.
Why did we not start and Dyer?
I don't know. Sharp had a decent game.
Yeah.
And I think it were his tactics that's got Bramall Lane rocking.
Sharp's the kind of player you want in a game against a team like Norwich.
I still think he's more of an impact player from bench.
It does, but I agree at this stage of his career. I do agree, especially at form McBurney's in. But against a team like Norwich, I think you need a Sharp on pitch. To counteract what they're doing.
Yeah, but would it have worked if it didn't get tasty?
But we're always going to get tasty against Norwich. It always does. Always. Ever since that 1-0 win where the time wasted from 8th minute, it's always tasty against them. Always. But as I said, happy with the point. Well, I was really happy with it, but now I'm just gutted we didn't win because I think we could have done. McBurney, very unlucky with that. People are slating him, saying he should have put it here, should have put it there. Bollocks, he put it in the right place.
Headed it down, you're supposed to head it down. Keeper just went down lucky as well.
Keeper got lucky. End of story.
It would have, imagine though, the jump.
Oh mate, that would have made me gutted. I didn't risk going.
I wouldn't have rubbed it in at all, I promise.
That would have made me happy to puke all over the cop if I'd have gone and seen that. But moving on, I think the second half is a positive kickstart for us that could really do us the world of good. Heckingbottom was very, very, very positive in that second half. And that's something we've missed from him in quite a few games, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't see that how good we are when we are positive. It's just...
Speaking of that, I think that leads into a good subject matter for a game of...
Oh, it's about time. This or that.
This is This or That, Jonno's favourite game show.
Not just mine, everybody's.
Everybody, the world's favourite game show.
Didn't we even say it on one of United things not that long ago?
Yeah, it's strange that, isn't it? We've been doing This or That for a little over a year, and now suddenly...
We saw, didn't we?
It's suddenly, there's a game on Sheffield United's official Instagram, and they called it... What did they call it?
This or That.
I wonder where they got that from.
How dare they? We got copyright.
I wish we fucking did. We couldn't have afford it. But no, bitterness aside. This is This or That, the world's favourite game show, has been seen, by the way, they've copied it on the Sheffield United official Instagram, where we take a subject matter, we can either pick a player, a subject, or a simple yes or no. For this one, is Paul Heckingbottom too negative? I'll let you go first, Jonno. Jonno, as a manager, is Paul Heckingbottom too negative?
I don't usually struggle with these.
Yes, he's going for yes.
I'm going for yes.
Let's make something very clear. We're not saying sack the gaffer. He's not good enough. He can never change. He can never do this. We're talking about recent form at certain times this season. We're not saying we need to change a manager. We're just having a very casual opinion on our current gaffer, who is still doing a very good job. So stick that up your arse before you get in the comments and go meh, 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 meh.
I think we should sack Heckingbottom. Sorry, I had to say it.
Anyway, explain.
Just get Stephen Gerrard in.
Oh, for fun, leaving.
No, definitely. Still, the man for me. He's doing a grand job. This is more of an away kind of one. I think away from home, he's very, very negative.
I think since the injury crisis, I think he has translated that to home a few times.
Yeah.
Look at the starting lineup against Norwich. He had to learn at half time.
Exactly, yeah. So I do think he's been too negative at the moment. And when we are positive, like I've said, we look a hell of a lot better. And we scare teams.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not having a go at him. Honestly, he's still the man for me. I have heard a few people say get him out. He's done all he can.
Yeah.
No, not for me. He's struggling with injuries at the moment.
Yeah.
He's doing the best he can, and we're still up there. And I have faith in him to turn it around and get us back to top 2.
Very well.
Johnny, do you agree or disagree?
I completely agree. I think he's far too negative. As translated, as we said, to the Norwich at home game, first half, negative team selection, negative in the way it came out of that football. Yeah. Coventry game, especially, it was so negative. Everything about it was negative. It all started, to me, I could see it at Middlesbrough away, where he sat Khadra down. Can you remember that?
Yes.
And I mean, what's Khadra thinking coming here? He was excited about it, and now he's a bench warmer.
No, and I like to see him. I think he's a decent player.
Yeah, he needs it. But the people go, he's maybe not ready yet. He doesn't gel with us. Why is he going to get a chance to if he's not getting game time?
I think trouble is a winger is more or less a winger, but we don't play with wingers.
No, we don't. But we're also playing Ben Osborne at left wing back.
I thought he played well at left wing back, Khadra. I really do.
If you're going to have a player like Trent Alexander-Arnold getting uploaded, he can't defend for shit, but he's still one of those key players.
And I think he could be that type of player.
Could be. I still also won't mind him up top.
Exactly. You're losing the game, you change it up, you put him up top.
Yeah. Eckenbottom made a comment and he said, game we're maybe screaming out for Khadra, but didn't get a chance to come on. Well, he didn't get a chance to come on, Paul, because you didn't bring him on. And the things that baffle me, I do think Eckenbottom needs a plan B because he hasn't got one. I also think he needs to manage what he's got available better and not stick to a system. He kind of paints by numbers, doesn't it? Like every other modern manager. Commitment, system.
Tommy Doyle and all, not getting started and all.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran midfield when he came on, didn't he? It's just little decisions like that.
I'm pretty sure McAtee must have it in it that he has to play a certain amount of time because I don't know. Otherwise, I don't.
Possibly, yeah, because Tommy Doyle's a far better player.
Yeah. So to me, we've gone on a bit of a tangent, but to me, Eckenbottom does need to be more positive at times. Because when he is positive, we look fucking phenomenal. Yeah. So I'd like that Eckenbottom to kind of take over both sides of the bridge.
I agree.
But at the moment, with the run of form we're on, yes, to me, Eckenbottom is too negative. What do you think? Get down in the comments below. Let us know your opinion. Do you think Eckenbottom needs to be more of a positive manager at times? Or do you think he's got that balance about right? It's not just what we think, it's what you think. Let us know down in them comments. Let's go round the fans now and see what the Sheffield United fans have got to say about our recent form and the upcoming game at West Brom.
Looking a bit sporty on it today. Just been for a run, don't know that. I've just been for a run and got injured, genuinely. So I've done my leg, I've got ice on my leg. So even watching United now gets you injured. As for Saturday, really enjoyed that as a football match. Loads of mistakes, loads of errors, loads of just comical play. Bits of quality as well, to be fair. I thought Sargent and Cookie for them were fantastic. Thought Ndiaye and McBurney, when they finally came on, were fantastic for us as well. But felt like I got my money's worth. But six without a win now, and we need to win. We need to win soon. Obviously, some mumblings on Twitter about he's not the man, he's got to go. And it's ridiculous to say that. Obviously, you can't just have one bad run and get rid of a manager. But whenever you don't win games, people are going to question things. And who am I? Who am I to say that he got the team wrong on Saturday? But I'd have preferred it if we'd have played the team that we played on Saturday. I'd have preferred it if we'd have played that against Coventry on Wednesday and brought Ndiaye McBurney on for the last 30. We might have even won that game. Who knows? I don't know why we rested him against Norwich. But 5 games now to the World Cup. Only 5. It's like counting down to Christmas for me. It's like the World Cup. Just because I want some players back and I want a rest for our players and sort of regroup, because we're just sort of going along, we're playing the fucking games. When's it gonna end? But I did enjoy that on Saturday, and on to West Brom. Who knows? Maybe that'll give us the lift that we need, and like I say, five sleeps until the World Cup.
Now then, Blades, so we've got West Brom away, possibly with a new manager bounce if Corberan's in at that point. Just been looking back at their scores, and it looks like since the 20th of August they've won once. They beat Reading 2-0, I think it was maybe earlier this month. But yeah, before that, it was the 20th of August. That was the day that we beat Blackburn 3-0, so since that day they've only won one game. So that shows what sort of form they've been on. You know, obviously the table doesn't really lie as to where they are, but yeah, I'm sure that by Saturday I should think they'll have Corberan in place, and obviously if he can get Huddersfield to the playoffs, then you'd like to think he can certainly do at least that or better with the West Brom side that he's got. So I think it'll be a tough game if he's in. Let's hope that they can't get it all signed off by the weekend and that they're still in the same form that they're currently in. But yeah, going away to the Hawthorns is never an easy task at all. So yeah, fingers crossed. Let's hope for no more injuries. Yeah, get Ollie Macken and Dye starting again, because we're a completely different team with them in, and Doyle as a bit of an in the engine room, as a bit of an engine, and yeah, him and Norwood in the middle. Yeah, and then maybe even throw Jack Robinson in at left centre back. I think Osborne did enough in the second half the other day after turning it round to keep his place. And yeah, I think this will be obviously Davies' third game before Wes is back. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm on call, so I won't be going, but yeah, I'll be trying to catch it on TV. So yeah, up the Blades, let's have it.
Obviously, coming up, we have got West Bromwich Albion away. Very bad memories of that last season, and we've also been there in the League Cup this season. Both games ended in defeat. Different prospect this time round, I think.
You think?
I do believe so.
I never fancy his chances there. It's not a good hunting ground for us. We've got Kieran Dowell.
Kieran Dowell. Kieran Dowell.
That was a jump and a half, that one, weren't it?
That was the game, weren't it, where we kind of knew, fucking hell, this is possible. God, I wish we were back there again. But very different prospects. Obviously, they've been long suffering under Steve Bruce. And the caretaker gaffer.
Serves them right for appointing Steve Bruce.
In first place. You're always going to end up in this position when you appoint Steve Bruce. Always.
I know kebab shops were struggling, but that's just taking it another...
I know, you can help the economy and the team at the same time. They're sitting 23rd at the moment. Is it a false position? Is it a Steve Bruce position that they can come back from?
It's never a false position, where you are. You're in that position for a reason. And the reason is because they've been shit.
That's what I mean, though. Have they been shit because of Steve Bruce, or have they been shit just because they're not a very good team?
Oh no, because they lost in Union against Millwall, didn't they?
True, but that's under a caretaker. Not all caretakers can be good. What I'm trying to get at is, if they get a decent appointment in, have they got the squad capable of turning it back around?
Yes.
You think they do?
I do think they have. They need somebody to give them a kick up arse, though. They don't need somebody to be nice to them. They need to tell them, listen, you're playing shit. I know you better. Get on with it. Because these have all, a lot of their players have has-beens, and who think that they've already made it. They've already done their career justice. Yeah. Now, you're still earning a living like this, get on with it.
I mean, if you look at their leading scorer, who is it, Jonno?
It's Grant, don't ask me his first name.
Just Grant.
Grant, he's got 4 goals.
Grant Mitchell, because the manager's called Richard Beale. I'm sure they're both cast members of EastEnders.
Might be Ian.
Might be Ian Beale. Ian Beale in the dugout and Grant Mitchell up front.
His love child.
Ian Beale in the dugout and Grant Mitchell up front. Never a good look.
Wallace with 3 goals but 3 assists as well, probably their best player.
Yeah, Jed Wallace were always good signing. I wish we'd have bought him. I would like Jed Wallace.
Same with Swift, I thought.
Yeah, definitely. 2 players that went to West Brom that might be regretting it now.
Yeah, and I thought they were very good signings for him. And I did expect West Brom to do alright, even under Bruce.
I never expect anybody to do well under Bruce. Ever. Not now. Years ago, maybe.
Yeah, well...
Game evolves and Steve Bruce doesn't.
Nope.
And
stick to cricket.
Yeah, stick to cricket. Stick to, swanning off to, where did he go? Caribbean, when he went to be working for pigs. No, I think they have got some very good players. I do agree they could probably turn it round. I'd also like to see him capitulate and get relegated.
Capitulate?
I'd love to see him capitulate. Just one of them teams I'm not a big fan of. Never have been. Remember one of my first big losses I saw as a kid was us losing 4-2 at home to West Brom when I was younger. I also remember the Battle of Bramall Lane. That's no doubt going to be
shown. Yeah, I do remember that one.
That's no doubt going to be shown on Sky Sports 6-7 times this week up to the lead up of this bastard game.
It is live on Sky at 12:30 in the afternoon. It's better for me. So
yeah, 100%. My one grievance about this game is it's not a happy hunting ground for us. I do remember when I think it was Pesky shot from halfway line, hit bar, and then it kind of bounced off Carlos Sarver's noggin and went it back in there. That were a good day. I'd take a day like that.
I went born there, Paul.
Fuck off. You're in your 60s. If I were born, you were certainly born. But to me, West Brom are stuck in the mud. So what better time for them to pick up some points than against another team that's stuck in the mud?
I know.
That's the
it's always going to happen, isn't it?
It is. We've waffled on about West Brom a little bit now, so let's go to our dedicated West Brom fan and see what he has to say.
I'll be in Sheffield United at 12:30 on Saturday. Likely to be Carlos Corberán's first game as West Bromwich Albion manager. At time of recording, we're still just waiting for the official confirmation of that, but John Percy has said it's happening, which in the West Midlands is pretty much as good as a confirmation as you get. So, interesting to see that. I think for Albion fans now, we're just glad to get a manager through the door. To be honest with you, it's been desperate since Bruce was sacked. There's been rumours of that we're potentially going into administration, all these sorts of things. Very premature from what I hear, by the way, but the financial state of the club long term is definitely something to be worried about. So for Blades fans, I think it'll be an interesting atmosphere to be a part of on Saturday, because we are not a happy camp. We're not a group of fans who are in any way, shape or form enamoured with our ownership, and we're together as a fan base, but as a club we're pretty disparate. So off the pitch stuff is almost as important actually as on the pitch stuff at the moment, although we need the points to pull clear of the relegation zone and make sure we don't get relegated. So big game for us in that sense, but I think as well, with all the stuff going on off the pitch, I think the atmosphere could be interesting, to say the least.
We need to delve into our current form, and can we put it down to one certain thing? Is it just injuries, or is there more to it than that? What the fuck is going on?
Obviously, the biggest factor is injuries.
Yeah,
so many injuries, especially in certain positions. It's nice to have Fleck back. He's been out for a while. It's been taking a while. It's good to have Fleck back, like I said, and he's a brilliant player, and he has been for years. It's going to take him a few games to get back to match speed. I'm glad to see him back here. Him and Norwood in midfield any day a week for me.
The sentimental side to me is very glad to see Fleck back. The pushing forward makes me feel that I'd rather have Doyle in there than Fleck.
You still can have Doyle. You can have Doyle, Fleck and Norwood. I know we've got a small midfield regardless.
Until Berger comes back, yeah, I could deal with that. Yeah. But when Berger does come back, if he comes back, I'd like to see Berger, Doyle and Norwood. I think Fleck.
Yeah, I would agree with you, but at the moment, Fleck
yeah,
in front of McAtee for me.
Getting some game time in, I do agree. Getting back up to speed, because he did look off it when he came on and played last few times.
It's going to take him a few games, but he'll get there.
I'm not going to shout the guy down. He's been underestimated his whole career, and just look what he did for us when he was in prime form. The guy has it in him to be outstanding, more than other players on the pitch, I think. Yeah. As well as the injuries, I do think that, as we mentioned earlier, Heckingbottom's been a bit negative. I think one of the other downsides to why we're not in good form has got to be our support.
You can't get away with it. It's very quiet. I read Roy's View all the time, and every game that we've played in away, it's like bring loads, very quiet.
Yeah,
very quiet.
Yeah.
Why is it so quiet?
I don't know. It's been since COVID. Our back corner, I'm not going to suck his own dicks, but our back corner's always trying.
Yeah. People just don't want to seem to join in.
No. Why does it take a kick up Billy Sharp's ribs or going 1-0 down for a place to liven up? Oh. It showed what a difference it made against Norwich, to a team that's still struggling with injuries, to a team that still looks a bit makeshift thanks to injuries, and we came back into the game roaring. We need more of that. If we're going to play with a depleted squad, we need the fans to get... I'm not going to say be a happy clapper and if things are going wrong you've still got to applaud it. What I'm saying is, when you're in that ground, when we're playing the game, from start to finish, we should be noisy. We don't need a drum to be noisy, do we? Because if we do, that's the day I stop watching at home from TV all the time. We stop bringing fucking drums and instruments into bastard ground. But what I am saying is, we need to be the old vocal Bramall Lane we were. Because nobody can deny it. We were a fucking loud, raucous crowd.
I don't think it's just a Bramall Lane, though.
No, some of the away support's been the same.
Yeah, away support's the same. We've been to away ground. Their home support's just as bad.
Yeah.
It's like singing's gone out of fashion at football.
Yeah. Is it a sense of new kids that are too cool to sing?
I don't know. Well, kids I've seen aren't that cool.
No, definitely fucking not. So many perms around at the minute. But now, looking
I wish I could have
a... You wish you could have a fucking top one. I'll buy you a toupee.
Cheers.
Yeah, get in the comments down below. Should we buy Jonno a toupee?
GoFundMe page.
GoFundMe page. Send him to Turkey. Bring him back with a perm.
I'll have mullet.
But with what's going on, I was talking to somebody on Twitter about this. some people seem to think we don't need to bring in any reinforcements because when the full squad comes back, we'll be great. Well, let's not be funny about this. I don't know when any of these players are coming back because you can say they're back on the grass all you want. He said that about Jack O'Connell for about 6 months straight, and now he's never going to kick a ball again.
Yeah, I agree, but I'd fully fit squad. We don't need any more recruitments.
Don't we? No. Do we not? Because we seem to be going through an injury crash every season.
Well, we'll stamp that out first.
I just believe in my heart of hearts we need some players on short-term deals, like a Craney, not these players specifically, but in that mould, like a Craney, like a Stearman, like a Hogan, like a Medine. Short-term deal, come in, you're going to be a bench warmer, but you're there in case of the worst. Because if we're Sheffield United, why are we so fucking blinded by ourselves that we think the worst isn't going to happen? We're a club where the worst always fucking happens, all the time.
Oh yeah, we should know that about.
We should know this. But no, I do think that it's not just injuries, but that is the biggest factor. Until we stamp that out, we're always going to be lagging. We're going to be set up for joy and end with disappointment.
I'm going to end up with about 30 odd players and nobody gets injured.
If they're on short-term deals and nobody gets injured, then it's not a problem, is it?
Well, no, because I'm not paying wages.
Get some players in on pay as you play. Fuck it.
Yeah, pay as you play.
Pay as you play.
That
should be. Pay as you play, lads. Pay as you play.
And if you're injured, you're on SSP or some good back.
That's a great idea.
You get Sander Bay with crutches playing football. Come on, have it.
It did. Let's go around the rest of the Blades fans.
So, West Brom. New manager syndrome probably. Just have no confidence in us, no way, anyhow. So, just have to see. I miss it. Watch it on telly, see what happens. See what team we put out. Just gotta keep saying, get a World Cup, be as high up as we can and take it from there. We'll see.
If you think I'm going to be able to sum up the last game and accurately predict the next one, then you're having a giraffe, aren't you? I mean, Eke don't know what he's doing. Refs don't know what they're doing. Half our players don't know what they're doing. I ain't got a chance, have I? I don't know what I'm doing at best of times. So, yeah, something will happen on Saturday and someone will get some points or a point each or something. I don't know. Who knows? Who even knows what team Eke's going to pick? I mean, you can argue he might have been told by his amazing fitness team that, keep our players in tip-top condition, that some of our better players can only, manage one game a week or one and a bit or something. I mean, McBurney's obviously carrying an injury, but to drop and die and Doyle just seemed like a ridiculous decision. Fair enough, he turned it round and he brought them on, but they should have been starting for me. They ran around a lot second half, didn't they? They could have done that first half. But, team selection aside, the players they did pick should have been better than that start that they had against Norwich. But they were pretty shit, weren't they, at times? But that set up an entertaining second half, and in fairness, we were much the better team second half, and a draw was ultimately a fair result. But what a stupid game. It's getting a bit like basketball, isn't it? And you just don't know what's going to happen. I don't mean it's like 10-foot tall blokes chucking stuff at each other. It's just backwards, forwards. You know exactly what's going to happen, actually, until the end, when you don't know which one's just going to nick it at the end. Unlike basketball, though, where you just watch for the last 10 minutes and you're basically seeing the game. Yeah, you've got to keep your eyes on United all the way through, because you just never know when them cock-ups are going to occur, don't you? So yeah, a decent point against Norwich, but we need to be doing better. Which brings us on to West Brom. I'm not even, like, last few things of these I've done. I was like, oh yeah, Birmingham was 17th, 18th, turn them over, didn't happen, did it? Stoke 17th, 18th, turn them over, didn't happen, did it? So yeah, West Brom are basically worst team in division aside from Huddersfield, and yeah, are we going to turn them over? You'd hope so, wouldn't you? But you just never know, do you? How many more injuries we're going to get before Saturday? You know, what team is he going to pick out of his hat? Who knows? I'd like to think we can go there and get a result. Whether we will or not is another thing. I mean, for me, just pick your best team. There's obviously no midweek game leading up to it, so you just pick your strongest team from whoever can stand up, and you just go for it. Go 2 up top if you need to. I mean, McBurney's in the best form he's been in for a while for us. Not difficult, I know. Yeah, play him, play Brewster, play Ndiaye, play all 3 of them at once. Just go for it. We need a win from somewhere, don't we? I mean, you say that, we've dropped about 70 points in the last sort of 6 games, and we're still in playoffs. It's a weird division. You might say, oh, it's competitive because you never who's going to win, and it's all tight and stuff. But I'd say it's not very good, really. There's no real quality teams in the division, so it's there for the taking, really. If we can just pull our fingers out, get some fit, pick a good team, and not be shit, which all seems to be a tall order at the minute. But I'm going to back us to turn it around, and we might scrape a draw. No. I think we'll win. We'll win on Saturday. I'm going 2-1. McBurney with both of them.
Final thoughts, Jonno. We've kind of gone through how it's not a happy hunting ground, but West Brom are stuck in the mud. Just like when we played Blackpool, on paper we should be winning this game.
Same as Coventry.
It just never works that way, does it?
I'd like to see team sheet first.
Yeah, that makes a big point.
At the moment, I'm thinking a 2-1 loss.
I can see that. I can see it being a 2-1 loss. I'm going to be a tiny bit more optimistic, and I'm going to say 1-1. I think.
1-1. At the moment where we are, though, I think a draw's not good enough.
No, I don't. I believe we have to win this game to really, really get confidence going. And on the back of that second half against Norwich, there's no reason why if we play that way.
A loss now, and other teams around us win, we could find ourselves round about 10th.
Yeah. That's how close it is. It's madness.
How many different leaders have been in Championship? It's just everybody's beating everybody. Everybody's overlapping everybody. We could end up mid-table, all right, and then another win, we could be top 4. It's just
it's madness, utter madness. I think one of the biggest things is Eckenbottom needs to go into this game positively. He needs to approach it like he did.
Look where West Brom are. Don't look that we're playing West Brom.
Yeah.
Look where West Brom are in the league and say this is the team we should be beating.
Line up accordingly.
Kyle Bartley, their central defender, he's played for us, isn't he, at one point? But he has been a long-standing player for them.
Yeah.
And he's been quite consistent for them, so they'll be missing him. So use that.
Yeah.
See that their defence is makeshift. Get on with it. Get pace up front. I think we'll be all right.
No hesitance, no negativity. We want Eki to do what Eki can do, and he's shown he can do, and go for the throw, whether at home or away from home. We need him to go out there and say, this is a game where we have to and should be winning, and he needs to line up accordingly. And like you said, when we see that team sheet, we'll know what kind of day we're in for.
Definitely.
I think that's about wraps it up for this week. We do thank you for being patient while we get a release out there. As I said, health, it's a mystery at the moment, but I'm getting better, so hopefully there will be some more videos for you to watch. I shall be at West Brom on Saturday and hopefully vlogging. If you have enjoyed this video and you do enjoy what we do, head down there, click like, leave a comment. If you don't like what we do, thanks for watching anyway. Nothing more to say to you. I've been Jonny.
I've been Jonno.
Up them fucking blades.
Got that blade.